is kinda creepy. Oh, Parker, watch where you're going.
I'm sorry, Stevie. I mean, this is kinda creepy down here.
I literally just said that.
Well, whatever. Look, now we're in the basement because you suggested that since we found the last clue at the place where Great-Grandpa Piff-Paff spent time with God, we might find the next clue at the place where we spent time with Piff-Paff.
Yes, and I remembered that we used to spend a lot of time down here in the basement, listening to Piff-Paff's stories when we were really little.
Or then maybe the next clue is in that old sofa over there.
It's just some old sofa. And I'm worried there might be something living in there.
Well, then get those gloves out of your detective bag and let's investigate it.
Or we could just grab that box over there that's beside the sofa. Just saying.
We could do that. Hey, Stevie, let's check this box out.
Oh! Parker, that smells terrible. What is in there?
Dirty socks.
Oh. Well, in the name of science, let's investigate these bad boys.
Did you find anything?
Actually, yes, I found a sock with something in it.
Whoa! A magic wand!
It's not a magic wand, Parker. It looks more like some kind of tube. The rest of the box is clear. I don't think this is a clue. It doesn't make sense.
I can't see anything!
Parker, stop it! You're fine. I think there must be a fuse blown. This is an old house.
No, I bet someone's out there. Whoever's out there or in here, you can't scare us!
Parker, come on. Just relax. Everything is fine. Let's see. Look, see?
Whoa! What is that thing?
It's a mini blacklight. Blacklights emit a type of UV light that shows you things you can't see with your naked eye.
My eyes are naked!
No, your eyes aren't naked. It's just another way of saying that this light shows us things we can't normally see.
Oh. Well, let's see what else Piff-Paff left us in this box.
Hi there, guys. I'm Jonah. Excuse the mess. I've had quite the adventure. It all started one day when God told me to go to a town called Nineveh, where the people were doing a lot of bad things. The people in Nineveh needed to hear about God, but I didn't listen to God. Instead, I got on a ship and headed to Tarshish, which is almost 2,000 miles away from Nineveh. So, while I was on the boat trying to get as far away from Nineveh as I could, God sent a huge, massive storm. There was thunder, boom, and there was lightning, crash. Huge waves tossed us across the sea. The men on the ship were so afraid.
Oh no, we're gonna die!
They didn't realize that God was in control of the storm. I knew that the storm was because I didn't listen to God. So I told the guys on the boat to throw me overboard into the sea so that they would be saved from the storm. So into the sea I went. Ah! And just like that, the storm stopped. I was so relieved. But then, all of a sudden, a big, giant fish swallowed me up. Hey, he's not so bad. Oh. Yeah, that's right. I was inside a fish. I don't know if any of you can possibly imagine what that's like. But let's just put it this way. I will probably need like 1,000 more showers before this smell goes away. Ugh. For 3 days, I was alone in that fish. Nothing but me and leftover fish guts. But then, it hit me. I wasn't alone. God was with me, and He was in control. So I prayed, please, God, help me. Just then, God made the big fish spit me out onto dry land. God told me a second time that I needed to go to Nineveh. And you better believe, after all that I had been through, that I listened to God this time. Now, I've told you about a storm, being thrown out at sea, and then spending 3 whole days inside a giant fish. But I don't want you to think that God is just some big old meanie head that does things for no reason. God was in control the whole time. He got my attention while I was in that gross fish, and I realized I needed to obey God. And because I listened to God and did what He said, I was able to help the people of Nineveh obey God too.
Look, Stevie, there's more. I love reading the stories that Piff Paff talks about in his journal, but I wonder why he wanted us to hear this story.
I don't know, but let's keep reading.
I wanted you to hear the story of Jonah, because when I heard it, I realized I can always know that God is in control. He promises that He will never leave us, and He will always help us. No matter what happens, we can trust that God is always in control.
Of course, Piff Paff wanted us to hear the story of Jonah so that we can know that all this crazy stuff that's happening doesn't need to scare us.
That's right, because no matter what, God is in control. Stevie, look! When your black light shines on the inside of the box, I can see something glowing.
Parker, you're right. It is a clue.
Whoa! It says, when things are looking bad and there's no one in control, find the answer to what you seek near the place where one burns coal.
What could that mean? Hey, the lights are back on. That's awesome. It was actually a good thing that the lights went out.
Yeah, if the lights hadn't gone out, then we wouldn't have found the clue with the black light.
Speaking of which, we need to solve this next clue. These clues definitely answer some questions I've always had about God.
But what does this clue mean? The answer that we seek is next to the place where someone burns coal.
Parker, I think I know where the next clue is.